Today's
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Tammy McCormick. Texas House Republicans hope arrest warrants might convince Democrats to return to the state, but a standoff over redistricting continues.
It is evident to the chair that DPS will need some time to work, and we will try again to make quorum on Friday.
The redrawn congressional map sought by President Trump has put Texas and other states like California at the center of a national political power struggle. Election law contributor David Becker says it could leave a lot of Americans wondering who's looking out for their interests.
We have to remember, although these lines are being drawn, there are people within those lines. There are people who think they know who represents them, who know who they can petition if they need something from their government. And this constant shifting around of the lines effectively makes these people pawns where they don't really know who's going to represent them, all in the aim of maybe just getting an additional seat and holding on to power in a very narrowly divided United States House.
A new FBI report says violent crimes in the U.S. were down last year. Anna Schechter has had a look at the numbers.
Murder and non-negligent manslaughter across the country, and remember this is an average, it decreased by an estimate of 14.9% in 2024 when compared to the year before.
Smoke from the Canadian wildfires is blanketing much of the northern half of the country. Meteorologist Grant Gilmore is in Philadelphia.
That is a smoky haze that we're finding here in the city, a similar view everywhere across the Midwest, up into the Northeast, and places like New York City, finding a lot of smoke in the air.
A new federal law will make it easier for companies to use drones over longer distances out of sight of operators without having to get a waiver. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy today said it will greatly widen the use of drones.
The impact that it's going to have on manufacturing, on farming, on energy production, filmmaking, medical delivery. Industry needs this rule to make sure they can use this technology.
President Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff is heading to Moscow to meet with Russian leaders tomorrow. Trump said within 24 hours he'll announce new actions against India for buying Russian oil. Ukraine said today Indian components have been found in Russian drones. CBS's Olivia Gazis.
The Indian government has already indicated that no amount of U.S. pressure at the moment is going to change its decision to continue those purchases of Russian oil. It's very unlikely that curbing these exports of dual-use items, which is already difficult to enforce, will be met with any teeth.
On Wall Street today, stocks finished lower. The Nasdaq was off 61 points, 137 points rather. This is CBS.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 78 degrees in Livermore, California.